Hello everyone, welcome to the yarn bowl. Today in this video I'm going to show you how to crochet this beautiful textured stitch, the feather stitch. It's a very simple and easy pattern. As you can see, this is reversible and there is no right or wrong side in this stitch, and it's a nice thick stitch. You can work many projects with this stitch. So I'm going to show you how to work this beautiful feather stitch. You can work a blanket, you can work a scarf. It's totally up to you. And if you want a free written pattern of this stitch, it's available in my website, theyarnbowlcrochet.com. Meanwhile, if you're new to this channel, please do not forget to subscribe to the Yarn Bowl and click on the bell icon as well so that you get notified whenever I post a new video. Working this stitch, I'm using size 4 yarn, Red Heart Super Saver, stripes, polo stripes and 5mm crochet hook. Actually, you can use any size yarn or crochet hook for this project. I'm going to start with row 1. For that, I'm starting off with a slip knot and then I will work 22 chains. So we are starting with even number of chain. So you can also work a foundation half double crochet for the stitch. First let me explain you this method and then we'll see how to work the other way. So I'm working 22 chains. If you're working in this method, work even number of chains. So I have worked 22 chains for this sample. So then you're going to pick up the third loop of second chain from the hook. We are just going to disregard the first chain and then we are going to pick up the third loop of the second chain from the hook. If you turn the chain, you can see a back bump right here. That's the third loop. You're going to pick up that loop and we are going to work one half double crochet on it. So we are going to pick up the third loop of every chain till the end and we are going to work one half double crochet on it. So this, by working this way, we are going to see the V's at the bottom and this is going to give our work a very nice look. So you can see the V's at the bottom, or if you want you can go ahead right away work foundation half double crochet, which is also going to give you the same look. But if you're working a foundation half double crochet, we are just going to work multiples of 2 plus 1 chain because in this way we are turning and then turning 1 chain and we're going to start working with the second chain. So if you're working a foundation half double crochet, just work multiples of 2 plus 1 chain. So otherwise we're going to work this method, just start with even number of chains. So I'm working my last half double crochet on the third loop of my last chain. With this row 1 is complete. Now let's proceed with row 2. For that I'm working a chain 1, turning my work. This chain 1 does not count as a stitch, and then I'm going to work one half double crochet on my first stitch. Then I work a chain 1 and then I will skip 1 stitch and then I'll go ahead work one half double crochet on the next stitch. And then once again I work a chain 1, skip 1 stitch and work one half double crochet on the next stitch. So we're going to repeat this pattern till the end. We're going to work a chain 1, we're going to skip 1 stitch and then we'll work one half double crochet on the next stitch. Then chain 1, skip 1 stitch, one half double crochet on the next stitch. So we're going to repeat this till the end, and you should always end this row with a half double crochet. So I'm going to repeat this till the end. So few more stitches and then we will end this row by working a one half double crochet on my last stitch. So from the next row on we'll start working the feather stitch. I'm going to show you how to do the feather stitch It's a very simple and easy stitch. And this is the description of feather stitch. If you want, you can pause it and have a look at it. And now I'm going to explain you how to work the feather stitch. From this row on, we'll start working the feather stitch. So these two rows are foundation rows, and now I'm going to work a chain one. This does not count as a stitch. Then I will turn my work. Look closely. We're going to start working the feather stitch now. So you can see this chain one space at the bottom, right? We're going to consume that chain one space as well for our stitch, and we're going to use all these chain one spaces for our stitch. So we'll see how to do that. I'm going to yarn over, insert my hook on the chain one space of the current row or the working row. We have 3 loops on the hook, and then I'm going to yarn over, insert my hook on the chain one space of the previous row, which is right below the stitch that we are working. We have 5 loops on the hook, and then I'm going to yarn over, insert my hook on the next chain one space of the working row. I have 7 loops on the hook. I'll yarn over, pull through all the 7 loops. So that's our first feather stitch, and then I'm going to work a chain one, and then yarn over, insert your hook on the same stitch, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, insert your hook on the chain one space below on the previous row, just below your stitch that you're working, 5 loops on the hook, yarn over, insert your hook on the next chain one space of the same working row, 7 loops on the hook, and then yarn over, pull through all the 7 loops. You have your second feather stitch, chain one. So we're going to work 1 feather stitch and 1 chain one till the end. So I'm going to yarn over, insert my hook on the same chain one space of the working row, yarn over, insert my hook on the chain one space of the previous row, yarn over, insert my hook on the chain one space of the next stitch of the working row, yarn over, pull through all the 7 loops, 1 feather stitch, and then work a chain one. So we are going to repeat working this feather stitch followed by a chain one till the end. So I'm working my last feather stitch here, and then I'm going to work a chain one, and then I will work 1 half double crochet on top of the last stitch. I'm going to pick up my last stitch and work 1 half double crochet on it to finish this row. So with this, our row 3 is complete, and we are just going to repeat this row 3 over and over again until we have a desired length for our project. So for row 4, I'm going to repeat row 3. I'll work a chain 1, turn, and then I'm going to work 1 half double crochet on the same stitch, and then we'll start working the feather stitch. I'm going to yarn over, insert my hook on the chain 1 space of the working row, yarn over, insert my hook on the chain 1 space of the previous row just below the stitch, and then yarn over, insert your hook on the chain 1 space on the next chain 1 space of the working row. We have 7 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through all the 7 loops. So that's our first feather stitch of our row 4. Then I work a chain 1, then yarn over, insert your hook on the same stitch, same chain 1 space, yarn over, insert your hook on the chain 1 space of the previous row, which is right below, yarn over, insert your hook on the chain 1 space in the next chain 1 space of the working row, 7 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through all the 7 loops. We have worked our next feather stitch, and then work a chain 1. Then we're going to repeat working chain 1 and feather stitch till the end. So now I'm working my next feather stitch right here. I hope you got an idea of how we work the feather stitch. We will yarn over, insert your hook on the chain 1 space of the working row, and then we'll yarn over, insert your hook on the chain 1 space of the previous row, which is right below the stitch that we are working, and then we'll yarn over, insert your hook on the next chain 1 space of the working row, and then we'll yarn over, pull through all the 7 loops. So that gives us a nice textured stitch, which is called as feather stitch. So we work a 1 feather stitch followed by chain 1 till the end, and then in the last stitch we work a half double crochet to finish this row. So we're just going to repeat this row over and over again, and then we will work our border row. So if you're working a scarf, keep working or repeat this until your desired length, and then you can finish off by working a half double crochet row, or you can work slip stitches to your starting half double crochet row. So go ahead, work this way, feather stitches followed by a chain 1. So I have worked my last feather stitch here, and then I work a chain 1, and then I work 1 half double crochet on top of my last stitch. So you have worked 2 rows of feather stitches. I'm going to repeat this again. I will work a chain 1 turn, and then I work 1 half double crochet on the same stitch, and then I work feather stitches, yarn over, insert my hook on the chain 1 space of the working row, yarn over, insert my hook on the chain 1 space of the previous row, which is right below the stitch that we are working, and yarn over, insert my hook on the next chain 1 space of the working row. We will have 7 loops on the hook. I will yarn over, pull through all the 7 loops, which gives us a feather stitch, and then once we work a feather stitch, we will work a chain 1, and once you've worked your last feather stitch, we'll work a chain 1 and then work 1 half double crochet on the last stitch. So we'll repeat this until the desired length for your project. We'll repeat this back and forth. So it's gonna give you a nice textured stitch. This stitch is nice and thick, so very ideal for a warm scarf. So now I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna finish off this stitch. I'm gonna chain 1 turn, and then I'll work 1 half double crochet on each stitch, the feather stitch and the chain 1 stitch. I will work 1 half double crochet on each stitch till the end. So I'll pick up the feather stitch, work 1 half double crochet on it, pick up the chain 1 and work 1 half double crochet on it. Ideally we work 1 half double crochet on top of each stitch till the end, and once you're done you can work a slip stitch, fasten off and weave your ends. So here I have worked my border, which is a half double crochet row, and this is how you work feather stitch. I hope you found it easy, and it's such a simple and easy stitch. It's also a mindless stitch, so if you want to work a blanket by watching a movie or something, this is a perfect stitch for you to work. And also if you want to work a nice thick blanket, this will be an ideal stitch. So if you want a free written pattern of this stitch, it's available in my website, theyarnbowlcrochet.com. Please do not forget to subscribe to the Yarn Bowl and click on the bell icon as well. Thanks for watching. Bye.